Oh, hello.
You.
How are you?
Good. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Oh my God, I am so excited to talk to you.
I don't really know what to expect, so
And it's going to be completely free flow as I love to kind of do these things. But the reason I wanted to specifically bring you on was because I believe you were actually the second person to get your ticket.
wow.
And it was like a year out. Like you literally, I think it was what, the end of July?
I actually looked back to see it was July 6th.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And the event's not happening until the end of May. So why don't you even just start off by sharing what made you want to even say yes to the Untappable Badass event?
Okay. Well, at the time I had been in your world for about 2 months, give or take, maybe a little more. And I had already just like learned so much. And I've just like, taken not just from you, obviously, but like from the community. And I really, that was one of the biggest like pivotal things for me was to just like talk to other people who were like further along the journey. And also, I'd seen that you just had 1.0 like a month before I joined one of your programs. So, I looked through all of that. And also, I knew a lot of the people that had gone to 1.0 because they were, in the community and the programs, and I talked to them. And I was like, it just looked like such an amazing time. And it was a bit of a like, I don't want to say a challenge for me, but I'm pretty much an introvert.
Mhm.
I like being social in small doses, like, an hour here, an hour there. But the idea of like going way outside my comfort zone for an entire weekend was like something that I could like challenge myself with, I guess. So it was a little bit of that. It was there's so many reasons. But also, like you mentioned, it was like almost a year away. So I thought I'm going to do this now. So I have no, if, ands, or buts, no wishy washy. And I also have two of my daughter's birthdays are in May, and my husband's birthday's in May. And I didn't know what the date was, but I'm just like, no, I'm doing it. Like, there's the over analytical side of me was pushed to the side, and I'm like, I'm just gonna do it. And so glad I did, because it's been something I've been looking forward to.
Yes, yes.
Um, just like the excitement of like I don't want to say like fear of the unknown, but just like that anticipation of like, because I really have an idea of what to expect, but I like not knowing at the same time, I guess, if that makes sense.
And I just even want to point that out. Like you literally got your ticket. You're like, I have no idea what we're gonna do, but I'm in.
Yeah, for sure. And it was, again, it was just like, that's not something I would normally do. So I was trying to like, I think that was along the time that we were doing, or just after we finished the Becoming Her challenge.
Yeah.
And I wanted to become spontaneous, and I wanted to become not over controlling and all these things. And that was something that like, well, normally I would have had to like not check the weather because it's that, but like things like that I'd have to like plan it all out. And I just kind of threw caution to the wind. It was like, no, I'm doing this, whatever it looks like, whenever it is, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's huge. And I also want to point out too, like, I think this is probably going to be like the first time in your entire life that you've left your four kids.
Yeah, I've it's funny you mentioned that because we had like rumblings like when I was booking my flights and my hotels, and my older two kids who are almost 11 and 8.5, they were like, "What? You're going?" And like they just went to my mom's for a sleepover. Like they're fine without me, but just the idea
Yeah.
of me being away. So yeah, it'll be the first time I've ever been away for my 3-year-old for sure, like ever in her entire life. And that was another thing too. When I originally signed up, I was still breastfeeding multiple times a day. And I'm like, well, I got to figure that out too, which thankfully I did.
Yes.
But yeah, the only place I've ever quote unquote been away from them is like when they go to my mom's and I'm at home. So I've never been in a different city than them for sure.
That's wild, and for you to just commit to this and just say yes so spontaneously, knowing that like you haven't done something like this for yourself before, like I just wanted to even acknowledge you because I was like, I don't think you actually realize, like I was reflecting, I'm like, she's like leaving behind like these four kids, like that's a big deal for you, So just want to reflect that back to you as well too.
Thank you. Yeah, it's kind of, I mean, I'm not nervous about it because I know obviously Steve's going to take great care of them and my
Yeah.
mom's going to come and watch them so he can go to the gym and get his little mental health release. But it's weird to
Yeah.
just be, like in a previous life, I was saying I talk about life BK and AK before kids and after kids because they don't look even recognizable. But before kids, I was a flight attendant and I traveled all the time and I was here and I was there and I was like this time zone, that was normal everyday life. But the last time I was stepped foot on a plane, I was about 37 weeks pregnant with my second child. And so like I've never, we've taken trips, but we always drove and the kids were always with us. So
Right.
yeah, it'd be very strange.
Yeah, this is gonna be a full blown like Erin self care weekend. Like you're literally gonna become unrecognizable by the time you leave.
Sure, like a lady of leisure, nowhere to be.
Yes, yes. Oh, it's so good. So let's go back. You mentioned about being an introvert, and I don't know if people know this, but I actually am a huge introvert as well too. And so, why don't you share like a little bit about okay, so like I feel like I'm an introvert, but I'm also like so excited to be in the room with other people and like doing this event. Like I guess when it comes to like just being around people who get you, people who are like-minded, people who understand you, like what are you most excited about when it comes to all of that?
I think, well, number one, just like meeting some of the ladies, because
Yep.
some of the other ladies that I know that are going, like, we know quite a bit about each other.
Yeah.
Um, either been in the academy together or we've chatted in DMs and things like that. And even though we're all very different in like where we are, where we live, what we do, what our day to day lives look like, we have this one commonality that kind of like brought us together. And we all obviously have a growth mindset, which I think is the most interesting because, like generally speaking, the people I do socialize with are other moms. And you kind of get one extreme or the other where they're like, oh, this is hard and that's hard and this is hard. And I'm like, yeah, like there is some time and place for that kind of like not commiserating, but just like common challenges, but like there's also room where we can like improve at the same time. And like day-to-day life can drag you down at times, and it's just trying to find those like wins, as we always call them. And so yeah, I'm just looking forward to learning even more about all the other women as well. Because I
Mm-hmm.
know we're gonna like get into some deep stuff, which
Yes.
I'm kind of like nervous and excited, and it's like this like double-sided coin of like I don't know what we're going to uncover, but I'm excited about what we're going to uncover and just kind of getting, I guess a little bit more to like the root of like who we are and how we became the way we became,
Yeah.
and things like that.
Yeah, and that's so huge. It's like you need that safe space in order to go deep, right? Like you said, you're not going to go to the bus stop and start having these deep level conversations with these people who have like surface level conversations like how was your day? How's the weather, right? It's like it's not the same. So it doesn't matter for everyone listening if you are an introvert when you're surrounded with the right people who make you feel so safe. I swear to God, it's like you share. I'm sure you've shared more things with us in the community than maybe even some of your closest people around you.
Oh, for sure. Like our coaching calls, sometimes, I all of a sudden I've just like opened a Pandora's box, 10 minutes goes by and I'm like, what was I talking about? How did I get here? Like
Yeah.
I'm just all over the place like that.
Yeah.
It's just that like safe space where you know that no matter what topic you bring forward or whatever you discuss that, from your past, present, future, or whatever, like no one's going to judge you.
Yeah.
No one's gonna think less of you for however you feel or whatever the case is. You can just like be unapologetically yourself.
Yeah. And
And
there's not many spaces where you can do that.
no, no, like as you know, I take my youngest daughter to this play group, and you look around, and there's like a variety of moms there, But and there are a lot of moms there that I do, you know, kind of have a good vibe with, but there's also those other ones where you just know that they're looking at you, and like everything you do or don't do with your child, they're just like, their eyes are telling you, well, I would never do that. And I'm like, well, that's great for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't
100%.
care.
Yeah, no, I love that. I love that so much. And I guess when it comes to even being unstoppable, like I'm just even curious, like what does that even mean to you?
Ooh. I guess like mainly it's just the intuition piece, which we talk about a lot, just being completely 100% into, never second guessing, never overthinking, just acting in alignment with, like, you know, who I am, like on the inside, not like what does this person think I should do, what does that person think I should do, that type of stuff. And just being bold in my choices and like doing what I want to do, not what, you know, I think I should do or what other people think I should do. And just, you know, living life, like enjoying like the, you know, small moments, the moments of joy, the simple things. I mean, I live a very like simple life to, you know, the outside world, but I love it. I love like just, you know, spending all that time with my kids, and like just the very, you know, simple date nights at home and things like that. And so yeah, just being just unapologetic. I keep going back. I think it's because we just did that program. But just like being true to me, nobody else, and just living and loving life, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. And do you feel like you kind of like scratch the surface of like,
Oh, for sure.
yeah,
I recognize, and you know, we always say that the people closest to us can like see it more. It's like we often talk about like with our kids, like we don't see them growing because we see them every day. But then you look back on a picture, and I feel like it's kind of the same with like, you know, our close friends and family. Like, even though some of them may see us every day, they see more of a change than we do on the surface level because it's more of a like a gradual thing
yep,
for us.
yep,
Um, but I definitely can notice a lot of things in myself that I'm much more. For me, the biggest things I've been trying to work on since becoming her was the perfectionism and the control, which, you know, I do need to have some sense of like routine in my household because it'll all fall apart. But it's
right.
learning to just kind of ebb and flow with it a little bit more, and being, I'm much more spontaneous now than I've ever been. So that's really huge. And even my kids can like notice that. Like I know we've talked about like different scenarios where it's like, okay, put your shoes on, let's go.
Yeah.
Here, we're heading there. And they're like, wait, what?
Yeah. I remember that one time you were even sharing that you were the one that initiated, like, let's go out for ice cream. And you're like, okay, normally, like, this would be a big deal because we got to get everyone ready. But you're like, let's just go. Like, let's just have fun. And I love
Yeah.
that.
Just like be in the moment. There was
Yes.
another one, which I think we talked about too, was when I decided I was going to take them to the Santa Claus parade. And it was like starting in 20 minutes. I'm like, we're going in our pajamas.
Love it. Love it. And it's like that's what allows you to not only feel unstoppable because you're like, I don't care what anyone else thinks. Like, I'm doing this, we're going to have fun. But it's like you just live a more purposeful, happy, joyful, fulfilling life because it's like, I'm just like, we're doing it. Like, let's be spontaneous. Like, I don't know anyone that's like so rigid 24/7 and they're like, I live the happiest life. No, they're stressed and anxious and like, again, you need structure, absolutely, but more people are also needing to go into the other side of the flow, the intuition, the being spontaneous. We definitely need more of that.
Yeah, that beautiful balance, or the duality again, as you know,
Yes.
of
Yeah.
being able to like, yeah, there are like, what do they call them, like guideposts. It's like
Yeah.
we have to, you know, do these roughly certain things in the course of a 24-hour period, but if we, you know, just do something in the middle and then something else gets pushed back, like we're all going to survive.
Yeah. Yeah.
So learning to be
Definitely.
more, go with the flow.
Yes. Yes. And that allow you to be so much more calm and grounded. It's like we always talk about this, right? Like, I want to be calm. I want to be more present. I want to, not be like anxious or irritable. And the way that you do that is, again, like slowing down the pace of our life and just as we're in the March challenge of Moments of Joy March, it's like just soaking in every single ounce of every single moment because it all goes by so fast.
For sure. For
Yeah.
sure.
So, have you ever done a woman's event, like whether it was online or in person? Like, have you ever been to a conference, an event, anything like this?
No, nothing. I've read about it, I've thought about it, but it was always just too far outside my comfort zone, I guess. So
Mm,
I would have like pushed myself to do that.
yeah.
Uh, yeah, I'm trying to think. No, I've never, nothing like structured or like group, like I've had
Yeah.
like a weekend away with a friend, but that's not like a retreat or like what's the word I'm looking for? Like a mastermind type thing
Right.
like that.
Yeah.
So no, I've never done anything even remotely
Mhm.
close to this
Yeah.
before.
So for everyone listening, I mean, they're probably feeling the same way. Like, I got to get flights. I got to rearrange things at home. Like this might be out of my comfort zone. Like I also am an introvert, right? What supported you in taking that leap and being like, yeah, I kind of feel a little scared or this is out of my comfort zone, but I'm still going to do it anyways. Like what was that thing that supported you in getting there?
I would say like a mix of a bunch of things, but it was again just the community. Like when I signed up for it, I was pretty fresh into all the programs, but I just saw these people like not that there's a finish line, but farther along the path than I was, and they just like I felt like they were just like living the dream, and I'm like I just want that so bad. And when I signed up for the event, I was like in the very beginning stages of recovering from, binge eating and everything that entailed. And so it was like, if I can, sign myself up for this so far in the future, I was imagining like all the progress that I could make, like in the meantime, like looking at where I was then and like, wow, that's like 10, 11 months away. How much further can I get to where I want to be between now and then? And, even if I am where I want to be, then I can just go like one level deeper.
Yeah.
Um, and I think above all else, like even how I originally came to work with you, my biggest motivation's always been my kids
Mm.
because I just want to be the best to me so I can be the best for them and also like the best role model too because I have 4 kids. I have 3 daughters, and I would never want any of them to even go through like 1% of the things that I've gone through in my life, self-induced or otherwise. And so I thought I need to, push myself. I need to work on me because I've always been taking care of everybody else. But, I guess it kind of came back to like, the overused analogy we hear all the time, the oxygen mask. It was like, if I want to be the best that I can be for them, I have to be the best that I can be for me.
Right.
And so again, it's just pushing me out of my comfort zone and doing something that, to me at the time, now, like I said, I'm super excited. But at the time I was, we always say, I shit my pants. Like, I'm so scared. I can't believe I just did that. I mean, I felt that same way when I joined Conquer.
Yes.
Which was, I think, about maybe a month before I signed up for the event.
It was
And
like boom, bang, bing. It was like
yeah,
you came in, then you're like, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm in Conquer, I'm getting my event ticket. Like it was just everything. You're just like, I'm going all in, baby.
just everywhere.
Yes.
I didn't want to miss anything.
Yeah. I
And I
love
feel like I still am like that too. I never want to miss like a Q&A or like a coaching call because even if I don't have something myself that I want to discuss or bring forward, I know that someone else is going to have something that either I can resonate with or there's always something you can pull from any conversation,
it. Yeah.
whether it's applicable to your life or not in the moment. Like I feel like there's always something to learn.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
trying to soak it all in.
Yeah. And, a huge part of being an unstoppable badass is stepping out of your comfort zone and making these, bold moves. It's like people often think I need to let the fear go or I need to feel comfortable first and then I become a badass. And it's like, no, as we say, you shit your pants. Like you literally do things so scared. You step out of your comfort zone and you're like, did I just do that? Like, holy shit. Like that's what makes you feel unstoppable. And you're already obviously like starting to feel that, which is amazing. And just like what's gonna happen and transpire at the event is just gonna be so next level. I'm so excited.
I
Yeah.
believe you said once in a training, fear means go.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
if you're feeling fear, then that's for you.
Yes. You need to bring that journal with you where you have all my quotes written out. I think you like shared that with me once. And I was like, you
Dude,
literally have every quote of mine, like the repetition of the brain. You have like everything. You have just
nothing
everything written
is
down.
enough, because I tell myself that all the time.
Yes. Yes. I love it so much. And I just honestly like I love how invested you are. I've told you this so many times, but I love how invested you are in this journey for yourself. You know, like you've come leaps and bounds, even in terms of how all in you are. Like, you know, at the beginning, it was kind of like, I'm going to dip my toe in, right? And then you started experiencing the community and the transformation. And then you just literally were like, I'm doing this for myself. Like, I'm all in. And it really is just so beautiful to witness.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
Pretty much how I feel. I'm just like, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna just dance around and dibble dabble and
Yeah.
yeah.
It's huge.
So,
So I know I haven't shared obviously like the full itinerary of like what we're going to be talking about, but what is like one thing that you're like excited to learn, or like what's one thing that you're just like probably like the most pumped about in terms of the event?
ooh, that's a good one. I can't really think of anything that comes to mind. Like, I'm excited. Obviously, I know I'm sure we're gonna do like a breathwork session.
And
Um,
in person, it's so different.
yeah, and see, breathwork is a tricky one for me in my house unless I'm alone because it's always loud. And
Yeah.
it's like even when I unless I do it like before everybody wakes up. I guess just all the new trainings because I feel like I'm always just excited. Like, when I signed up for phase 2, I was like, "Oh, like a new modules!" Like I always, I always have something in my ear. So even if it's just a podcast or something, I'm like, "Oh, I haven't heard that before. Maybe there's something there that I'm gonna." So yeah, I think just the new trainings, and I'm sure we're gonna have like work where we're talking as well.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
so just maybe what I might uncover about
Mhm.
myself that I thought I knew, but I don't really know, or it's
Yeah.
like a different version, or something I didn't think about, or something I've forgotten, or
Yeah.
because we all have our stories of how we got to where we came to work with you. But maybe I might think that it was something different, or maybe it's more complex than I guess I really because we always talk about getting to the root.
Right.
um oh shoot, the school is calling. I'm gonna send that voice note. um so yeah, I think just a little bit of everything, like the trainings, the breath work, the whole thing. And the
Yeah.
dinner. I'm really excited about the dinner too, because again, I don't really know what to expect from that,
Yeah.
but I was just like, well, if I'm gonna go here, why would I not go to the dinner as well? Like that's just a no-brainer to me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I love that so much. And yeah, it's like one thing to like hear information, but then it's another to be in like small groups and like dive so deep into these topics and like you said, like uncover things that you maybe never learned about yourself or discovered about yourself. Like that's how you actually meet the unstoppable badass version of yourself. It's not just about like new information. It's like pulling back the curtain, pulling back the layers to really get to know like who the heck you are. Like I say, who the F you are.
yeah,
So I'm so excited and to get coached also with Andrew as well too, which is going to be incredible.
he had talked about that in September, I think, when he did like a Q&A with us that one time.
Yeah.
And you guys together are just like, I mean, I want to say you're funny, like you're entertaining, but like the way that you guys like riff off of each other, and like, something he says, prompts something in you, and like it's just this like beautiful like, back and forth of like just pulling different things out of each other. And you know, it's funny. We did I think the breakout room back in the
Hmm.
summer one time,
Yep.
and I thought that was just like a little sample of like, oh, okay. And I don't remember if that was before or after I joined the event, but I really enjoyed the breakout room because it was like, okay, we're always just talking with you, and then you know sometimes we're going in the chat and we're this and that. But sometimes, like when someone's talking about something, I'm like, I just want to give her a hug. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like you can feel it, and you just like some of the things, or you know, obviously you're the one, you know, with all the expertise, but sometimes like we can lend a little something like in a certain category that may or may not be helpful.
Yep.
Um, so just that kind of like group discussion type scenario, I guess, where
Yep.
we're more of like a round table kind of thing.
Yes.
I think it's
Yes.
really interesting
Yeah,
to.
we'll do lots of that at the event. And it's interesting because at the beginning of your journey, it was like people were almost like giving you like advice. And now I'm like, Erin, I want to bring you up and I want you to share because that's how it works, right? It's like everybody has something to offer. And I want everyone to feel that way. Like everyone belongs here. Everyone has something so special and unique about them that could literally change someone else's life. Like you don't need to be certified or like have all the answers, but like you can say one thing that helps another person feel seen that will, and they'll remember you for the rest of your life.
Yeah, it's that lived experience element that we talk about. It's
Yeah.
the, yeah, oh yeah, I remember when I was there, and this is
Yeah.
uh and those moments too are ones where I go, oh, okay, I actually am doing all right, you know, because there's been
Yes.
a handful of times that I can remember where you've, you know, asked me to share something about, you know, how I overcame a certain challenge, and I'm like, I love those moments because I'm like, because it really makes me like look back and be like,
Yes.
okay, I was there and I'm not there,
Yes. Yeah. Your
you know.
unstoppable badass moment.
And if I can get through that, then I can get through this, and I can just, you know, keep chugging along the track and
Yeah.
enjoying the journey at the same time, of course.
Yeah, so good. Well, I can't wait to meet you in person. Like it just feels so surreal. Like, oh my
It's,
God.
oh, it's wild. And that's funny because I remember at another coaching call, I had said something along the lines of, well, I know we're all over the world and we're never going to meet. And you said, well,
I was like,
that was like
well, I
a
had
before
this
you announced.
planned already. I'm like, you just wait, just
It
wait.
was like, I think a week later that you announced the event. I'm like, oh, that's what you meant.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'd be so cool to meet in person because you've
Yeah.
made my life so much.
Oh, I'm so
Night.
glad to hear.
Yeah, it's wild. It's
Yeah.
wild.
And honestly, like 2 days in person is like a year transformation online. Like it just expedites everything so much faster. So get ready for so much more growth and evolution and just getting to know yourself on a whole deeper level and flying home feeling unstoppable. Your husband's going to be like, who who is this person? I want more of her.
He's a little curious about the thing. He's like, so what are you guys gonna do there? And I, you know, I think initially he thought it was like a mani pedi massage situation. I'm
Oh
like,
my God.
no, it's not. I'm like, we're going deep, not
Yes.
just tissue, but like, you know,
Yes.
deep inside the mind. He was like,
Yes.
oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. He'll get it when you come home and you're like glowing, and he's like, you don't even have to tell me anything. I just know something shifted. Yeah, yeah. I love it. Well, I appreciate your time so much. And thank you for being here. I'm excited to meet you in person. And obviously we'll talk in, the next few days in our academy. But thank you for being here. And I'm so excited to meet you in person.
Thank you for having me.
Of
Can't wait.
course. Okay, we'll chat soon.
Okay, bye.
Bye.